Hello everyone, welcome to another video with me and the 30 in the background. Last few videos, I know it's been a bit of a different stuff going on. You know, it's not just been focusing on the 30 and the progress there. As you guys know, I've got a few project cars all on at the same time. But in this video today, I'm hoping to get some primer down on some of the areas of the actual car so I can start getting the lines perfect and making sure I've got any high or low spots all sorted out. As well as that, I'm actually looking at cutting up the rear arches a little bit more. I've noticed that with the E30s, especially with the arches the way they are right now, the car kind of sits at a tilt like this where the front is a little bit lower than the back if you have the wheel arch with the tire at the same distance. Unless you tuck the rear, the car does not sit level and flat with the bodywork, and the rear wheels end up being a little bit under the bodywork. I don't like that look. So what I'm trying to do is, again, building this to look the way I would like it to look. So I'm going to be looking at cutting it up, taking it bit by bit just to get that look perfect the way I want it to. And yeah, I'm just going to take it from there. What I'm going to actually do in this video is something different from feedback in the past, where I'm actually just going to kind of leave it on a hyperlapse, get as much work done as I can, and if I have any updates, I'll update you guys later on. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep working and we'll take it from there. So right, let's jump into the hyperlapse. So it's the next day. I've allowed the primer to dry up, and the great thing about primer is it shows you all the imperfections that you probably wouldn't have been able to feel or see without it. Just having everything in one color really helps. So off the bat, obviously I did notice these imperfections previously and I knew I had to work on them. The bits and pieces like this, like if you could see it, these little bits here where it's not perfectly smoothed out, those kind of things, these are just kind of what's really important to be able to spot. Oh, you know what, it's a good spot here. You can see that to touch, you forget about these things, you don't notice them. Coming over to the back, again, kind of a similar thing. I know I've got a lot of work to do over here, but it's good to start getting that visualization. And with the way the arch has been cut so far, I think that's all I want to cut off for the time being. I'm gonna see how it goes as I continue on with prep work. So back into it. Just showing you guys real quickly. So as you can see, the filler, the high build primer is still down in certain areas and not in others. That's because these are my high and low spots. This is a great representation of it. As you probably saw earlier, when it was just all high build primer, it still looked pretty flat, but now when you see it and you see all these high and low bits, it's really easy to see once the car's painted where would have been a dip and it would have been ripple in the paintwork. There's a couple of bits and pieces that I need to do. Yep, I have actually cut this up again. I'm just repairing a few other bits and pieces, just making sure it's all in the right place, same as I've done at the rear as well, just matching it up with the other side. So here's what I've done right now. I wanted to make sure I got the right size and everything like that from this side on the other side. So this side has been perfected, and what I did was I put some I put some of the blue painter's tape on here, and then with a blade I literally just cut into it and did a quick little outline of this side. Now I've left a little bit of a gap on each side, on this side here, so I could just follow it along, and then testing it out over here to make sure that it's all the same. So yep, I do have basically the same part. I think over here it's a little bit shorter, so I'm gonna have to add some bulk onto here, but that is what I did on the other side as well to get that perfect curve going on. So that's what I've just been working on. Quickly I'll update. Let's carry on. So this is a kind of nice moment for me. I think I've pretty much got this side all done. There's a couple of little bits and pieces that I kind of messed up a little while ago when I was creating the little template. So I'm going to leave them for the time being. It's not going to be too much of a hassle. But I've got a good base coat of the high build primer on there right now. And now I'm just going to apply this blue paint that I've got left over from before. So I'm just going to quickly apply this on. I'm getting carried away, but oh my gosh. I was not supposed to spray that much, but it looks so good with colour on. But one of the reasons why I want to put a lot of colour on right now is actually so then I can kind of see the actual shape of everything. With a matte colour you really can't tell what it looks like, but when you apply that little bit of a glossy colour to it, you can see the liquid effect of it, and it kind of highlights any highs and lows. So I'll let that dry for now, and we'll tackle the other side. So I've got a layer of paint onto this wing, and it really does help notice some of the curvatures of the wing. I've noticed still I'm not completely happy with this part here. I feel like there needs to be something to perfect the curve going across. And what I'm going to be doing afterwards as well is once I've kind of worked on this section a little bit more, I'm going to start wet sanding everything, getting it all looking perfect. And yeah, just making sure I'm on the right track. This is 400 grit. I have mostly been using 120 grit, which is the red one, and yeah, the red is 120 grit, and this is 80 grit, the green. But yeah, I'm going to be looking at going to 400 grit once I get this one on ready. Yeah, there's just little bits and pieces that need to be done. It's a very slow and long, tedious process, this part, because of the way you have to do it. Sand it down, filler it up, sand it down. This is more sculpting that I'm doing right now than just doing body work, where you're just kind of filling in an area and just blocking it through. Like if it was just a dent here, then it's easy because I can just use the rest of it as a guide. Whereas because this bit is not only just really curvy, but it's not the original design, so I'm having to kind of blend in all of this section all to blend in nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna carry on working. This is the annoying part of working on the car. So you perfect everything, you primer it, and then you realize you just didn't get a certain section right. So I just got to add a little bit more onto here to get that perfectly smooth. Then I can carry on block sanding the whole thing. It's a very, very long process, this. This is where we're at with the garage right now. This crate is going to be used for the old engine. I'm waiting for some wheels to get put onto it. I've ordered those, so just waiting for that to arrive in the post. And then that's basically set to carry the old engine around wherever I need to move it and those kind of things. The garage, wow, I've spent some time cleaning it up, and yes, it does look very messy in some ways, but I promise you it's all organized mess. And yeah, I hope that it does show that it's a big improvement from before, so I'm really happy with it. I've got like loads of my tools just basically posted up around here and like, you know, up here and whatnot. It's very easy and helpful to just have these, so you can just lift them up and off like that. So you kind of seen the two front arches right now. So what I've done is done the top halves of the arches. Now they will be cut and put onto my old metal ones, the original ones for the E30, and then I'll finish off doing the bottom section and getting that bit perfect as well. But the reason why I want to get the top parts done now is now I can remove them and focus on getting all the engine out, which is going to be the next video with the E30. It is going to be removing the old engine, getting that onto the crate, getting a few bits and pieces off from there. And then I'll be able to jump back onto doing more of the bodywork, but also doing more of like the interior, the engine bay cleanup and preparing for the new engine swap. I need to get the old cylinder head over and get that pressure tested. So that's one thing that I am going to be doing soon as well. And yeah, that's it. I know it's not the biggest of updates right now. I wanted to just get this out there. It honestly is taking me hours and hours and hours of constant sanding, putting filler and fiberglass on and then taking it off, because I really wanted to try and get the shape right. The lines are not 100% perfect yet, but they will be once I get on with the next stage. I thought might as well get this part done to 95%, and then the other 5% will be right at the end, just in case anything is scuffed up over the next few weeks. It came up as a question that I asked you all on my YouTube channel, which was who would like a quick update on the E30, and it got quite a lot of yeses. And I thought I would try and do less videos of a lot of talking and those kind of things and just focus on work, and then post a video once I've got a lot of work done. But it looks like everyone wanted to see an update video, so here is the update. Please give it a thumbs up for the hard work that I've been putting through with the car. Please share the video with anyone else that you think would be enjoying this car build, as well as, you know, leave me a comment. You know, it's always appreciated. I try to get back to everyone that leaves me a comment. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Remember to subscribe, as it says on the window now, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.